Well, I'm up. It wasn't pretty, but I managed it. Well, we're here. I've got the tent pitched up. Very, very close to the top. It's a lovely afternoon, and I've got some quite spectacular views which I can show you now. So I had a wander round our garden, not too far from Arica now, and actually overlooking Arica, and had a walk out from Coyleston car park, and then climbed up here. I can't remember what the what the elevation is. The elevation is, bear with me caller, 2,440 feet, and I'll put whatever that is in meters on the screen now. But a nice walk up, and a little bit tiring because I've not been well, you know. I've had an infection. In fact, I'm still on the antibiotics now, but it was just too nice not to come out. I'm feeling a bit better. It just took some getting up, that's all, because it was quite tiring, quite soft as well, but beautiful views. Well, I hope you're well. Good. I don't know what's been wrong with me really. I started to feel a bit rubbish here a week or so ago, and just over a week ago, and Mrs. Bowman says, you need to get yourself to the doctor, she said to me. And I went down, took a urine sample down with me, and within 15 minutes there was definitely an infection of some sort diagnosed, and antibiotics in my hand, so everything's good. I am hungry though. I think we'll get some food. I've got a few things to share with you. Let's get some food on, shall we?
Amazing, I love it. I think they're already on. Congratulations. You got drunk and forgot. It was the next day we were like,
yes, you can't go on the northbound side.
it's headed to Cornwall for a Lord of the Rings themed hen.
Oh, living ahead. Happy birthday, Anne. You are up.
Cheers. Right, where do I start? So apart from getting this infection, which I'm trying to get over the new, really bad news. So as I'm coming up here, I brought my drone with me because I was going to get some fantastic drone footage. Lovely evening, nice hill, lots of beautiful views, as you've seen. Anyway, as I'm getting the drone out and unfolding the legs, got the legs out, folding out, dropped the drone onto the grass, just so like from a metre height, something like that, and broke one of the legs. I can't believe it. I mean, you know, how can you break a leg by dropping it onto some soft grass? I don't know, but I'm beside myself. I'm struggling to get over it a bit, really. And you might be detecting that not only I'm feeling a tiny little bit tired because I've just clambered up here and I'm not feeling 100%, but now I've also broken my drone as well, which is just... So other than that little bit of bad news, everything else is very, very good. So the first bit of big news, and this is big news, is I'm reducing my hours again at work. I'm going to be dropping down to 24 hours a week, and that is very exciting because that gives us a little bit more time with family. It gives a little bit more time to enjoy my hobbies and that kind of stuff. And while we still can, you know, I mean, foot problems and knee problems and all that kind of stuff, I'd hate to get to 65 or 67 or whenever they're gonna let me retire and find it all stopped working. So get as much of it in as I can now, which leads me into the second bit of really, really good news. Now, the bad news about this good news is that I can't tell you because it's a secret. We're going to try something a tiny little bit different to us great outdoors and as camping adventures and that kind of stuff. Very, very, very exciting. It might look like a lovely night, but it's blinking cold. I don't think this year's ever going to get going, is it? views down the Clyde look fantastic as the the light's getting better now, so you're getting better views. You can see all the way out to Arran and Ailsa Craig. Won't pick it up on the GoPro, you know, but I'm not staying out here long. Freezing cold. Right, enough of this. I'm getting back in my tent because it's freezing. Good morning. How are you today? Good. Nearly 7:30. An okay night, not too bad, a little broken. A little cold, I don't mind telling you. It was close. I've got the summer bag and I don't think this bag's quite ready for this kind of summer. Anyway, coffee on. Listening to some Tony Blackburn tunes, and all that will help bring this day in. Nice to see you. Cold again, have I mentioned it? Nice though. I'm about packed up now. I've got just about everything away. Oh. Loch Long and Loch Lomond. Goodness me, it's so cold. Ooh. A good day for climbing though, there'll be a lot of people out today. Well, a very, very enjoyable camp. I was pleased to get out. I wasn't feeling it all, to be honest, and I settled down really and kind of got into mood about 9 o'clock, and then I off to sleep at 10, so we're all right. And then a reasonable night's sleep, tossing and turning, and like I said, a bit chilly. It was borderline, but I had a good night's sleep really. I can't complain. It were all right. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I pulled myself off my sick bed to come out. Okay, I'm going to get this tent packed away now, and we can make a slow walk down. That's me all packed up now. I was sliding down to the bottom of the tent, and when I pitched it up it looked pan flat, but there is a slope. As always, make sure no traces. There were a little bit of mud up there, so I left a few footprints, but that's all. Right, what we'll do is we'll have a wander down here, and because I didn't do a great deal of filming on the way up, we shall pick up some of the sights. I don't think there'll be many sounds, but we'll pick them up nonetheless on the way back down to the car. So, 3 days a week, which means I was never very good at maths, so bear with me. 4 days off. And I've got some plans, both of us have got plans, and more to come on that in future episodes for Mr. and Mrs. Boardman. And we did the sums, and we can just about afford it. There's obviously a different way of living. So, no more tents, no more tents. That's just not going to happen. We've got enough tents, we're absolutely fine. But what we have done is, just prior to all this happening, is make one last investment, and well, that's a surprise. Just about down onto the Beelac now, between the Brack and Knockconnick, and just joined the Loch Lomond and Cowell Way. And the last time I was on the Cowell Way on this particular stretch, it was absolutely pouring down with rain. It was horrible. But this is wet at height of summer. It's always wet. Surrounded by these mountains, and it's a bit squelchy, but the boots haven't given in yet. Well, I'm feeling a whole lot better. It was an interesting camp with that, because usually when I set off, within an hour of setting off, goodness me, this is wet. I get into the mood very quickly, you know, but last night took some doing. I mean, I was just struggling to enjoy it, not so much enjoy it, but struggling to get into it. But this morning I feel brilliant. You know, it's one of those moments where you just think, fantastic, well done, Jim. Dragged yourself off. You know, you could have sat there and sat at home and watched telly or whatever and all that kind of stuff. So, good reward. And the body doesn't feel too bad this morning for the climb. So, very pleased. Very, very pleased with my... Can you tell? So that's where we've just come from. That's top of Knockconnick. And that's the Brack. And there are people up there. I've not seen anything of anybody this morning. There's definitely people on top of the Brack. So it was just down here. So this is where we dropped down onto the forestry track, and it was just down there where I broke the drone. So I was just putting it together, dropped it on grass. Not similar from that, and as you saw, snapped it. So I've got a bit of a job to... I'm going to try fix it. I don't think super glue alone will fix it, because it's obviously always going to be weak. But I might see if I can get a couple of like tiny micro titanium straps and some screws, and see if I can just... It's going to be worth the effort, that's for certain. Right, let's go. Steep bit. Probably 20 minutes now away from the car. So a good time to wrap up, I think. I'm pleased I went out. It just goes to show, doesn't it, you know, with a bit of vigorous exercise and camping under the stars, even if it was a little cold, it's good for the mind, soul and body, clearly, because I feel 1000% better this morning. Also, antibiotics will be working as well, which is also a good thing. And with a bit of luck, I'll get home before Mrs. Boardman makes breakfast, if you know what I mean. A couple of cups of coffee, and we'll be ready to research how to fix that drone, won't we? We'll be right ready for it. So a good camp, good time out, enjoyed it. Everything performed well apart from the sleeping bag, which was the wrong bag. I took my summer bag, and it clearly is not summer yet. Anyway, stay tuned. Fingers crossed for good weather. If the treat that Mrs. Boardman and I have bought arrives this week, then with a fair forecast, you may get a glimpse of our future next weekend. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget, thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye for the new.